Nation, welcome back. I'm Rob Kleinen. Along with me is Connor Peters. Today's video, it's going to be a short video. We're going to go over the wide receiver core of the Kansas City Chiefs, as well as this is the very first video for a product of the week. So stay tuned, watch the whole video, because at the end we're going to offer a pretty good discount on the product of the week.
So the first player that comes to mind in terms of Chiefs wide receivers is obviously Tyreek Hill. He's going to have an integral part in our offense next season. He did last season, the season before that, basically since he entered the league. He's been a big playmaker. I think that's an obvious one there. Do you see more production from him next year?
I don't know if I see more production. I mean, they use him. They use him quite a bit, pretty much in every game. So I don't know if they're going to use him more than the last couple of seasons, especially with Hardman and the others that we're going to be talking about. So since we talked about Hill, we have Watkins. We have a couple, actually, Watkins and Robinson, that are on a one-year contract. Sammy Watkins did fairly well last year. People thought he should have done a lot more. He really performed in the playoff games, and I think that's what really helped him to seal another one-year contract with the Chiefs. What do you think is going to happen this year?
So, Sammy Watkins in his 2 years with KC has paid dividends in the postseason. Because he's in a contract year, a lot of the times with a player in the final year of their contract, they put up crazy numbers because basically that season will determine the next contract that they get. And so I think he'll be extra motivated to generate in the regular season. So I believe we're going to see Sammy Watkins' best regular season stats with the Chiefs.
Really? Okay. All right. So do you think it's going to take a little away from Hill?
Possibly. It's the Chiefs are going to pass the ball a lot, and so Hill is still going to have a lot of production, I think. But yeah, it probably will take a few targets away from Hill, but that's a good problem to have if you can spread the ball around a bit more.
So since we were talking about Watkins being on his last year, and you were saying he may be used more this year, what about DeMarcus Robinson? He's in the same boat.
Yep. So again, DeMarcus Robinson is on the final year of his contract with the Chiefs, and so the better he plays this season, the better and the more lucrative his contract will be next season with whoever he signs with. And so I see the same thing. He's going to have probably his best regular season with the Chiefs. Not to mention last year he showed major flashes, and I think regardless of if he was in a contract year or not, I think that we're seeing him develop as a wide receiver, and so Robinson, again, is going to put up big numbers, I think.
We had the rookie sensation Hardman, and he was used quite a bit on special teams, has some flashes of brilliant games, as a receiver. What do you see this upcoming season for Hardman? Do you see him being more integrated into the offense?
Yes. And I think what we're going to see with Hardman is he's going to be used on a lot of trick plays and jet sweeps, whatever Andy Reid can cook up in that big playbook of his. I also think as a wide receiver, he is going to continue to develop. Last season we saw that. The jump from a college wide receiver to an NFL wide receiver is a tough jump. The Chiefs did a good job of using Hardman selectively last year in big moments, and it really paid off. I think now we're going to see more consistent stats and big plays from him rather than just selective moments where he puts up big plays.
Absolutely. So Dieter didn't play at all last year, pretty much. He was hurt.
Yeah.
He had some back problems. He was on IR for a while. Pringle played sparingly.
Yep.
Do you see anything with these two?
Yes. The fact that Dieter is, I believe, entering his third season with the Chiefs says that they like him. He's shown flashes on special teams, and he's obviously a hard worker. I see him more as a slot receiver type of player for the Chiefs, and he's good buddies with Mahomes, so of course that bodes well for him. I think after next season, we're really going to start to see him get snaps. So I think the Chiefs are going to hang on to him on the active roster as a depth wide receiver and a special teamer this year, because next year we have the potential of losing both Watkins and Robinson, and then I think they want Dieter there in the bullpen when they take off to step up and assume a larger position as a wide receiver.
So what do you think about Pringle?
Pringle, it's kind of the same thing. It's going to be hard this season for him to get snaps, but in the Colts game last year, he played tremendously. He caught a touchdown pass and a few other incredible throws from Patrick Mahomes. So I think this year it's going to be sparing use, just because you've got 4 wide receivers on the depth chart already that are going to be getting a lot of the snaps and a lot of the catches. But I think they're going to keep him around this season and next year. If we lose Watkins and Robinson, I think Pringle with Dieter will move up on the depth chart, and they'll both be wide receivers that are getting more snaps for us to replace those 2 players.
Yeah, my take on Dieter is they need to start slowly getting him into the system. He's in, I think, his pretty good game in 2018 was the last game.
Yep.
Had a couple catches, 20 or 30 yards. I know he was hurt last year. I believe, and I've said it before, he's like the next Edelman. I mean, he is a baller.
Yeah.
So I think they should start to integrate him slowly. Give him some snaps. Every game, whether it's special teams, whether it's on the receiver slot. Pringle, same. But I do agree, because once we lose, and I do believe we're going to lose Watkins, I do believe we're going to lose Robinson, so these 2 will need to step up.
Yeah.
But then you have Kelsey, and then you have the new tight end that they brought in.
Yeah, so another interesting thing to mention is Travis Kelsey is a tight end. He's listed as a tight end anywhere you look. But last season he actually played, during the regular season, just over half of his snaps at wide receiver. And so you can almost think of Kelsey as a wide receiver as well, and that's taking up kind of another slot there. And so it makes it a little less likely for receivers at the bottom of the depth chart to move up this season unless there's an injury to someone. And so I think that these guys are going to be used very selectively, not very much. They'll get a lot of special team snaps, but they will slowly integrate themselves into the offense. And next season, should we lose Watkins and Robinson, they will come up and potentially be starters.
Now you see these teams that have the 5 wideouts. It's the spread offense.
Yeah.
You never see that with the Chiefs.
Yeah,
especially with the depth at receiver and the quickness that they have. You never see a spread offense. Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure. I think from Andy Reid's playbook, we see a variety of formations and usages for players. Andy Reid is probably the most creative head coach in the NFL offensively. I think we could see that a lot next season. And keep in mind, the Chiefs did draft Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and in college he lined up at wide receiver quite a bit as well. And so now you have a stacked wide receiver depth chart, but also a tight end and a brand new shiny running back who could play wide receiver a lot next season as well. And so NFL teams typically keep 6 wide receivers on their active roster. Usually they have 5 active during a game. I think obviously those 6 would be Hill, Watkins, Robinson, Hardman, and then Dieter and Pringle. Kelsey and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, though, will also play receiver, I think, quite a bit next year. Kind of depends on how quickly they can develop the rookie running back, but that is a stacked wide receiver group for sure.
Yeah,
I think they ought to be very happy.
Absolutely. I don't think there's any team out there that is comparable with the receivers that we have.
And as for the practice squad, I think a candidate for the practice squad next year would be Jody Fortson. The Chiefs signed him as an undrafted free agent last season. He's an ex-tight end. He's 6'6". Showed flashes last preseason. I think he's a guy that they're going to keep on the practice squad in case there's an injury, or to keep him around for the season after. Again, he's 6'6", and so maybe one day we'll see him catching end zone fade passes from Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, awesome. So with that being said, we're throwing it back to the viewers out there. Comment on what you think about our wide receiver core, and we will give a $20 gift card May 23rd. That's our product of the week is the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl drinkware, or the Kansas City Arrowhead drinkware. Any of these products you are more than welcome to purchase. They're on sale now through next Saturday, May 23rd. You can go online, or you can shop here at our store, shop local. 15% off of any of the drinkware. Come in, look at it, or go online, take a look. We appreciate everything you guys are doing. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we say see you later. Bye.